What's up, guys? Welcome back to the 1% podcast. Today I'm here with Will and Hayden back in the booth. We're back with another one, and I thought today I want to speak about business, solely business, so it's a serious episode. But before that, Sean Strickland and Drakus Duplessis, probably butchering that name,
Duplessis. No, yeah, I don't know. Is it silent S?
I don't give a fuck. Either way, who wins?
So it's going to be a tough fight. I think it's 50-50. I want Sean to win. I think Sean's card, because it's a 5-round fight, because it's a championship fight. Drakus did get tired out in his last few fights. Like his cardio was a big problem.
Sean's is
And I think if
crazy.
Sean can just weather the storm the first few rounds, I think he's getting him in the last few rounds. I reckon it's... So official prediction, Sean by decision. Because he's got soft hands, he's got pillow hands, but I think he's just outboxing him for 5 rounds. What do you think?
I don't really know the other fighter, so I can't really... Yeah, I've never seen him fight. Well, I didn't even know there was a fight going on until today.
Yeah.
But I just really like Sean, so I hope he wins. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Sean by KO, to be honest.
I reckon
Crazy prediction, but
Deshaun by
Philly.
Philly Shell.
Sean by Philly Shell.
Yeah, Deshaun.
Yeah, Deshaun Strickland shall win.
Get those chart.
Dude, I'm tempted to put a bet on as well, but I got
I put $7 on because that's all. I just had $7 laying in my account.
Yeah, Ladbrokes.
Yeah, fucking sports bet, mate.
But anyway, getting away from sports bet, let's talk about business and how to make money, not lose it.
Make money so you can bet.
Yeah, exactly.
This is how to make money so that you can lose your money and chase your losses anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so for context, we have a few businesses that we run. We're not crazy millionaires. We have 10K in the clothing brand, couple thousand in pressure washing, couple thousand in courses. It's here and there, right?
So if you're past that point, we're not trying to teach you how to get past that point, but we're going to try to teach you how to get to the point that we're at, which is arguably probably the toughest part, because just learning the skills and acquiring the knowledge is going to be the hardest part.
Even just thinking of what to sell.
Because I know exactly what I need to do now to get to where I want to be. But just getting to this part is just like, it's just so confusing. There's traps. It's like a minefield. So if we can just teach some people how to avoid things, get here quicker than we did, that's good.
We were definitely hesitant to make this video because we don't want to be preaching stuff that we don't know, obviously. And we're not trying to sit here and pretend like we're these ultra businessmen, but we're young, we're hungry, we're chasing the money. We've only been at it for like a year, and I think we're doing quite well. So
2 years almost now.
Well, 2 years. Depends. Like, there was a period of time where it's just kind of learning, and you're not really in the game at all.
You're just in and out of certain things. Like, we've tried all sorts of stuff, but I think we're now at the point where we know exactly what we need to do, and it's just a matter of
repetitions.
Just a matter of time putting in the reps now at this point.
All right, so what business shall one start if he's looking at Eman Gartzi videos, Hamza videos, fucking... whatever, top 3 business models to start. Which business should someone start if they're unsure?
Just people say don't follow your passion, just follow the money or whatever. It's like, yeah, okay, I'm sure there's more money in certain industries, but you're not going to, realistically, unless you're a fucking robot, you're not going to stick to it unless you're actually passionate about what you're doing. Like, we wouldn't have kept doing these clothes if we just weren't into clothes and weren't into the style. Like, our clothing brand is a direct representation of who we were. It was originally going to be a streetwear brand. Then it was like a party brand because we were super into that. And then now, surprisingly, it's like a gym/self-improvement brand.
Yeah.
So it's a direct reflection of who you are. So of course that's going to be one of the most motivating factors.
Yeah, I've never...
I'm obsessed with it if you're actually into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've never resonated with the whole, like, don't follow your passion thing. I've always done that. But I think where that is true is when people don't actually know what their passion is, which is where a lot of people have fallen, because with the rise of, social medias like TikTok and Instagram and people that are chronically stuck online, they don't have their own hobbies or interests anymore. So what are they going to start a business about? They don't know. All they know is SMMA,
it's very
email
hard.
marketing, and you know what I mean?
That's why I say to all the people, just become a man of substance first before you start a business. B-Sub says selling a course. So yeah, this whole selling a course thing has gone a bit ridiculous, I think, on the internet. It's pretty cringe because, like, I mean, I can see where it's like we had. I wouldn't say it was a course. It was more of just like a training program.
Courses are valuable when it makes sense, right? I had a course about how to go viral on TikTok because I had a specific formula that actually worked, right? And this is the only circumstance where I would sell a course and people were very successful. Like the rise of JMOS was because of that course, right? 100K followers on Instagram, 100K on TikTok, and he's doing great now. But that was because there was a specific method to it that could only be taught through a paywall.
Yeah.
Well, it could be taught for free, but fuck, I'm put a paywall on it. Pay me money. It's exclusive information. But courses make sense in some scenarios, I think.
Yeah. But I think it's pretty... Unless you really have something to teach and a really valuable lesson, I don't think you should just be fucking like selling a course or whatever. But yeah. I mean...
like he says, from filmer to viewer. That happens when you do silly shit, my man. That happens.
Demoted. Down the ranks. But yeah. I just say do something you passionate. Like if you're not passionate in teaching a course, then I don't think there's much point. Like there's good money in it. Like if it's digital, it's all profit or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Another thing is with courses is like you'll know when you want to sell one is because people will be constantly asking
Exactly.
you. You know, that's when it makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, these people want this. There's a demand for it.
If people are
supply.
asking you to learn from you, then yeah.
Yeah. I think going back to the main question, what business should people start? I think you just start anything, pick one thing, start it, see how you go. If it's your passion and you really enjoy it, there you go. You found what you're going to do. But at the start, you will, go through business model to business model and just switch up all the time until you find one thing.
It's never the thing you start will never be the thing you finish with. Everyone says that. We've done a million different things. We've tried all sorts of shit. We've done pressure washing. We did. Well, the clothing brand we have stuck to, but there was parts where we sort of dipped out of that for a bit.
Which I do regret.
Yeah, I wish we sort of just dialed, which is one thing I'd say to people. If you're really passionate about something, just stick to it. Don't, because you get shiny object syndrome. You get like you see the woman in the red dress and it distracts you. You say, oh, that's a better business model. Oh, SMMA this. Oh, drop shipping has good profit margin. Blah, 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 blah. But just focus on the one thing because eventually that's going to be the determining factor. It's just sticking to one thing. Just building that. Yeah. That's like
there's so many people that will say the clothing brand industry is oversaturated. It's hard to do. It's a physical product. You got to carry inventory. You got to talk to manufacturers. It's harder to sell. Blah 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 blah. Right? I don't give a fuck. I'll do the reps.
I would still rather do that than just try to drop shipping. Like just sell products from China that I don't give a fuck about, just because like it's easier or you know what I mean. Let's do something. But can you read that? I actually can't read from here.
But build social proof all the while.
Yeah. Social proof is massive. Social proof is massive.
Well, that's why all of the new companies that are coming up now are only being able to rise because they're putting influencers on it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like there's not going to be another Nike where they just have clothes that people just somehow liked. That's never going to happen again. So it's going to have people behind it.
Dude,
unless it's a new product.
Yeah.
The biggest business model is the people these days. That's literally like if you can learn how to build a coherent personal brand, that's basically your enterprise. Yeah. Or right, think of like Danny Duncan, think of all these famous people and they have these little micro businesses like Conor McGregor with Proper 12 and then he has his recovery brand and then he has another brand, I'm not sure what it's called. He has a boxing brand. The people, you are the business.
Bro, Prime has already sold 1 billion bottles, which is fucking crazy. The influencer brands it's the next. It's just massive now. Like, imagine how long it would have taken Nike to sell 1 billion shoes. I know it's more expensive product, but like that is insane. The levels you can reach, and that's why like it's just so beneficial. Like when people say like, "Oh, how do I start making money?" This and that to me, or "How do I start making money online?" I'm like, the best thing for you to do is just honestly just try to start a personal brand. Try to get some followers. Put some content out there. Because like you can do that while you're thinking of like, because if you don't quite know what business you want to start or what value you want to serve to people, the best thing to do is just try build the audience first.
Yeah.
You can always build an audience. Just make fucking good content.
Yep.
And build that audience.
Building an audience is free too.
Yeah. Exactly. It's completely free. And it can also just be enjoyable. Like it can be a good hobby, like just making content.
100%.
And then by the time you built up an audience, maybe you know what you want to sell. Maybe you know the product that you want to do. And then you actually have an audience there that you can sell it to.
A lot of people will find themselves pushing shit uphill with a stick.
Yeah.
Trying to get money without
Just
like a personal brand or a backbone or anything.
Yeah.
They're just constantly trying to like build the business and like get customers. But if you've got your own audience, they come to you.
Yeah. Or you can do the thing where you take other people's audiences. Like if you know some certain people really well, that's the influencer marketing thing as well. The only thing that I like though about having your own brand is you can advertise as much as you want. You don't have to pay it.
Yep.
Blah blah blah. You can advertise it in every single fucking video you make. That is the benefit of
You're
doing
in
that.
ultimate control.
Yeah.
But if you don't do that, then there's also the benefit of you only have to focus on the business,
Yeah.
and the influencers do the work of making the content and stuff like that. So there's a few routes to go down.
Yeah.
But I think the
At the end of the day, just get someone with a name
Yeah.
behind it.
Whether that's
It doesn't
you
matter
or
if
it's someone
you
else.
Or someone else, yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing is when it's someone else, you have to pay them. But
Yeah.
in my opinion, that kind of like evens out from you making your own content. Like when your time is money. Like making content's a lot of time. You guys
100%.
know. But I don't have to make the content. You can just pay someone. It really depends how much they want.
And also they might already have that starting point. They're already credible. People already like them. You don't need to build the audience. It's already there.
Yeah. Like you've just skipped this whole part and you literally just give money to people who have already done that, which is kind of like hiring an editor, I guess.
It's a quick way to do it for sure.
Yeah. And also you don't have the stress of people knowing who you are, which that's what I really didn't want.
Yeah, a lot of people, even it's a lot of people like get me misunderstood. Well, they misunderstand like why I'm making content and stuff. Like they think I want to be some kind of celebrity
Famous,
or no, bro. If I could start the business without people knowing who I was or like anything about me, let's do it.
I even see like you guys sometimes do get recognized, and I fucking hate it, man.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Like I actually enjoy making some sort of content. Like, and there's like if there's like gaps in the business where you're waiting for certain things, it gives you something to do. Just post content, build the audience, and it's good because the audience is always there. And they're always going to be most connected to you, and they're going to know that it's your brand as well, which makes them more likely to buy, rather than if it's someone else that's advertising a different company. Mm-hmm. So there's that benefit as well. But I think that's just the biggest play these days, is influencer marketing or becoming one yourself.
Yeah.
Just building it, or even if you just have the brand page and you build an audience on that page by making
valuable content.
Yeah, valuable content.
Yep.
Heaps of brands do that. A good example that I've just been paying really close attention to lately is Connor Sinan's brand, Retaliation Project.
Yeah.
Because it's almost just in a very, very similar lane as us. He's an influencer, built his brand. I think he must have a business partner or something. Yeah. But he also leverages other influencers as well. So he's just built this big circle of influencers. This is what Young LA did massively, and that's why they just blew up.
Yeah.
Because they get these circles of influencers, and it almost becomes like...
Community.
If you're attached, it's like a community thing. If you're attached to one of these influencers, like you're in that. Like, have you noticed in the fitness industry, there's subdivided into different spaces. Like you've got the Connor Sinan space with there's that horse meat guy, and there's that sort of area.
Yeah.
Then you've got like the Lex Little space.
They have their own groups,
Little groups, right?
They're in the same business.
But it's usually revolved around the brand.
Yeah. It is.
Like the Retaliation group or the fucking Young Lay group. There's even a Gymshark group, and I think it's just the most OP strategy.
Yeah.
For these days.
Well, it's just like when it goes back to it, it's just. It all comes down to basic psychology. People want to be a part of a tribe. They want to be part of a gang that they can relate to. And if you can make a product that falls into a certain niche of person and they get attached to it, you want to have an audience around it and a community around it and other people that are leading and have, ranks in that tribe.
That's why it works so well, because you see all these YouTubers and you get really attached to their brands. They're hanging out with the other ones. They're doing collabs and they're all just wearing this one brand. You're like... And you want to be part of that.
You want to be part of it.
It's almost like you want to be part of that group because you're a viewer and you feel like you're part of their little social.
Yeah, you don't want to be left out.
You're like, oh fuck, they're wearing Young LA. I better get. And that's the only reason people buy Young LA. Mm-hmm. That's like Under Armour's good. I fucking love Under Armour. Like the compressions are good. They fit perfect. They've been building up a brand for years and years and years. But it's Young LA that has that connection with the influencers and the connection with the audience. Yeah. I think that's massive. Pick a platform, master it, and then allow it to carry over. E.g., there are a lot of niche influencers on Twitter that can carry over to another platform. Yeah, niches are massive. Same with the platforms. Mm-hmm. I'm not too much on Twitter simply because of that, because I've just picked my platform. I'm mainly focusing on YouTube, but yeah, you can do it on any... Like, there's like solely TikTok influence, which I feel bad for because it's so hard to convert on TikTok.
Oh, bro, I've been there.
Yeah. That's why I like YouTube, but yeah.
They say riches are in the niches for a reason.
Yeah, they're
because I think a lot of people are scared when they start their business to niche down. Like they don't want to get rid of their ego and sort of just focus on this one key, like this little thing. Like maybe they're making, I always say, it's like handle grips for a BMX bike.
Like it's so too niche.
It's like it's beneath them or something.
Yeah,
but it's like that is where you make the money.
You make the money when you really niche down, and you'll see because people that have no experience in business, people that have never done it before, they'll give me or you advice all the time of like. Just make these like generalized products. Yeah. Or just get this. I'm like, it's not the niche. They're like, yeah, but people would buy them. Like, but those people aren't into our they're not in our niche, not in our circle.
Yeah.
Why would we do that? And it's like, you're right, because the people, if you are the influencer, let's say, people are following you for a specific reason. So you need to be direct as possible with that product. This is why I said to King Maya, he's a friend of mine. He's got a YouTube channel, and he says, so his YouTube channel is super niche. It's the whole semen retention, no fap thing. I'm like you've done that perfectly, because it's so niche that if you ever release some sort of product, a course, some sort of one-on-one coaching about that, what are you laughing
I'm
at?
just trying to figure out like a product for no fat. Like, what's
Dude,
bro.
bro.
There's so many. Think of the digital products.
No, it wouldn't be a physical product. It'd be more coaching. Dudes that want to start it but just can't stick to it.
Okay.
Bro, it's so niche. It's perfect. It's the most profitable thing ever.
Yep.
It's digital. You can do coaching. I'm like, bro,
and it's a huge pain point for people.
Huge pain point. Exactly, a huge pain point, because dudes, they're just fucking doing this all day, bro. They can't fucking stop, and they'll do anything to stop it, because it's literally ruining some people's lives.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, bro, if you just keep doing this, you can make a massive you can be a huge profitable brand out of this. 100%.
Some people are sitting on gold mines and they don't even realize it.
Exactly.
This one guy I follow on Instagram calls it broke influencer syndrome. And it's where, they're literally sitting on a gold mine. They don't even realize it.
It's also what I said to Rory. He's done it super well, niching down to the looks maxing thing. And it just seems so funny, because like you got these little niches like no fap or looks maxing. And it seems so small, but because it's so targeted, people that are actually into that are really focused on that. And like you said, it's a huge pain point. Like, being ugly fucking sucks. And if you can have just someone coach you how to look better, you'll pay any amount for that, bro.
This is factual information.
This is why it's so good to just be in a niche. And this is something I actually kind of regret. Like, well, we didn't understand this at all when we first started, because we didn't have anyone to tell us. Like, at least now we've had some experience, we tell our friends and stuff, like, want to start stuff, like, but we had no one to tell us, like, you need to be in a niche or it's just not going to work. We started up this brand, Youth Market, and it's just, as you know, it was originally called Amends. That's right. And it was just general streetwear.
Like, who the fuck is
buying that? When they can go and buy any other streetwear brand. Like,
literally any other brand in the world.
People don't understand that. They think if they just release a product, people will buy it. I'm sorry, bro. No one gives a fuck.
This is true. Like, people who aren't really knowledgeable on business will say, release underwear, release bras.
We've heard the dumbest shit.
Yeah. But I think a lot of people just think that when you release a product, people are just going to buy it.
No.
Dude, no one cares.
No.
You'll release that, you'll get like 2 likes. I'm sorry, bro. That's what will happen.
Yeah.
It breaks your heart. The only reason it breaks your heart is because your ego is attached to it.
It's super demoralizing. Even people that say, like, oh, bro, when you release this, I'm going to buy this.
No.
They won't even buy that. They'll open the page when you release it, see the price, and be like, nah. Like, that's what'll happen. Like, it's super hard to get people to pay for shit. Like, people don't realize how hard it is to actually get people to buy your stuff.
That's why if you have that influencer behind it, people will pay ridiculous amounts for money.
Bro, that's the only reason. What's the brand? Tim Hanley's brand, Frontrunner. That's the only reason Frontrunner's got so massive. Like, it's a great product, like really good product. It just the look and the aesthetic of it fits super well into like what the fashion is these days.
That's in a category of person too, right? They've got like the Trey.
Yes,
and
they've found
Trey. They've got Tim Hanley himself. You've got who's the other guys? You got Zed and a few other guys like that.
Yeah, and there's
they're in their own little group.
There's the evidence-based training, that guy.
Yeah,
him. It fits so well because they've found exactly who they want to sell it to. And you look around the gym, and the people that wear Frontrunner are almost clones. They look
the same.
They look the same, right?
How crazy is that?
But that's perfect by Tim Hanley and stuff. He understood exactly what they're into, exactly the sort of person he wants to sell to. That's why it blew up.
Well, it also just comes to you're trying to sell to yourself. Like, if you like a certain thing, you just make what you like. And if you're in a group, say you like surfing, and you just make shit that you like, other surfers will like it.
That's where following your passion works.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, just make something that you like, and the people who are into the same stuff will like it as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, when the people who say don't follow your passion, follow the money, makes no sense, because if you get into an industry that you've got no passion in, how are you supposed to know anything about what they like and what they would even want to buy?
Yep.
There's heaps of products out there that the person who made it just made it to help them.
Yeah.
And they just sold it because other people had the same problem.
Yeah.
Like, there's heaps of stuff. That's what I've done with my thing.
Yeah.
It was a problem I had, and other people had the same problem.
those are the most successful businesses.
Yeah, exactly.
There's also businesses people make solely to make their own money.
Yeah.
And you can see it and see straight through it and think no one's buying that.
Yeah.
Because there's no effort in it.
Yeah.
You made it to make money.
Yeah, legit.
And that's where you don't want to chase.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If it's something that will solve your problem, you're going to put more effort and time into it because you want it to be as best as it can because it will help you.
Yeah,
like
facts.
you're not going to give a shit about something that that's not going to even affect you.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But if it's a product you wouldn't buy, then no one's gonna buy it.
Exactly. Yeah, if you wouldn't buy it.
If you literally, that's like a huge problem we had with our clothes as well. Like,
Yeah.
we'd literally make clothes and be like, this is cool, but like I barely even rocked it.
Yep.
Like I want to make clothes that I won't take off.
Yeah.
Like an example I said today, like these Under Armour shorts that I got, I have fucking barely taken them off since I bought them. So we need to make shorts like this.
Yep.
Or just like the shit you just need to make stuff that you really.
It's like
really
the new stuff. Like I actually find myself trying to find it. Like, is it in the wash? Fuck's sake. Like,
Yeah,
is it
yeah,
hanging
yeah.
up? Where is it? You know what I mean?
The samples of the
Dude,
new
I'm gonna
clothes.
be honest. The old stuff sits in my drawers, bro.
Kind of mid. It just hangs on the wall. I love this shirt.
Yeah,
I like that shirt. I actually wear that a lot. But yeah, some of the old stuff we've made, I'm like, it's cool, right? It's cool creation, like cool designs, but like I wouldn't even rock it.
It's the same with my sample.
Yeah.
Like, I keep wishing. I'm like, I should leave it there for to put in the shot, which I don't even think it is in the shot. But I want to wear it as well. I really want to wear it all the time.
Yeah.
And even my brother's always messaging me, where is it? I want to wear it.
Yeah.
So that's how I know it's going to be good.
I thought about mogging Reddit by making their avatars as plushies. What does that even mean, bro?
Reddit has avatars. I'm pretty sure you can make your own avatar, and they look a certain way. They
Mogging,
make plushies.
mogging and Reddit in one sentence. That's fucking. Damn.
Can you phrase that in a better way, bro? I don't even understand what you're trying to say, to be honest.
It's all about mogging.
Like
and
pretty
Reddit.
much making the design of their avatars into plushies.
Oh, you're saying as a business model?
Yeah.
Bro, is there a demand for it?
Heaps of people buy plushies. Heaps of people.
Plushies. What the fuck are plushies again?
They're like
Like
the
the little-
little toys, like a little stuffed toy.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, heaps of people buy them. I don't know, like
Dude, anything
there's a big
personalized,
fucking
people
market
buy.
in that shit.
Yeah, well, that's sort of like freelancing. I tried that a while. I've tried fucking everything under the sun, bro. I did that a while ago. I was like making cartoon profile pictures. I tried to do. I didn't get a single sale. Yeah, freelancing's hard, bro. Freelancing's fucking hard.
I want to move on to business is not the business itself, but it's the person you are. And that determines the success of your business. A lot of people
100%.
think that, they want to try find the perfect business model. They want to try and find the perfect things to do in their business, the quickest way to get there. But what they don't realize and what they don't want to look at is their internal and who they are and who you have to become to have a successful business.
I think that's a big thing. You need to work on some things in your own life, like general life, before you even start. Because there's a lot of things that you need. Work ethic is a big
There's
one.
work ethic, responsibilities. Like these kids are living with their mum, doing fuck all, not even cleaning their own room. I think they can start a business. Like, you are dreaming, my friend. You are dreaming.
Like, learn to take care of yourself to the point where you're like kind of this, like, you really care about your health.
Yeah.
As in, you really need to take care of yourself.
Yeah, you need to take care of your mind.
I can't really think of why that would matter, but I just see heaps of business people really take care of themselves now.
Dude, you have to, bro.
Correlate.
You have to think of your brain as like your room. You can't have like, that's a bad analogy, but you can't have a messy brain.
Use cars because guys understand cars. Your car, you have to
service your car. But what I'm more saying is just maintain your brain. Like, don't let so much things infiltrate it. Don't let too many things get into it. Don't let things distract it.
Yeah.
Keep it focused on the objective and keep it healthy. Like, fuel your body with the good foods. And don't let things infiltrate your
It's not the
brain.
attractive thing to say. Like, people just want to make the money, but there's so many people that have come to me and said, "Yeah, I want to start a business. I want to do this and that." And I'm like, I'm encouraging. I'm like, yeah, that's really good. Like, I can teach you all about it. Like, I'm here for you to, like, if you need advice and stuff like that. But I'm just thinking, like, it's going to be out of your brain within 2 weeks because you're drinking alcohol, you're eating shit food, you're not even going to, like, you're not even working out, you're not healthy, you can't stick to anything, you don't have any responsibilities. Like, you're not the man that you need to be to even run a business.
Yeah.
Have the like, something's going to hit the fan, like, something's going to just turn to shit and you're going to freak out and not know what to do.
Yeah, that's a good thing. You need to learn to not give a shit.
Yeah,
like,
100%.
You need to just,
Dude.
like, I mean, and But when you're young and starting a business, that is the time to not give a shit because you don't really have anything to lose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if you're worrying, it's like about what? You're just starting. If something does go to shit, you're pretty much just starting where you were not long ago. Like it's not that big of a deal.
That's what the people all the time tell me to just chill out, enjoy myself more, go out, drink more and stuff like this. Like, but like now is the fucking time where you just need to lock in, be the healthiest person possible, get the most amount of work done. Because bro, when you're 30, you've got responsibilities. Like you're way more. Like there's gonna be chicks wanting to have your kids. People are gonna want to get like your girlfriend's gonna want you to get a mortgage.
Yep.
The responsibilities only go up. So why wouldn't you try to just front load the fucking work early?
Yeah. Another thing about character development is like a lot of people, they want to actually, you know what I'd say, probably out of like 100 people and there's probably been hundreds of people that have told me they're gonna start a business or they've told me their idea.
Yeah.
But I feel so bad when I'm just like, I don't give a fuck, because I'd say less than one person out of that 100 actually does it.
Exactly.
Which is the fucking craziest thing.
Or sticks to it. Like they'll make like a logo on a website and that's it.
That's what I'm saying. They'll get to stage 1. Like fuck, if you're gonna get to stage 1 and quit, you weren't even like 1% of the way there.
Yeah.
You've got so far to go. It's like if people want to wake up and say, I don't feel like it, and not do it, the market doesn't care about your feelings.
Yeah. Or they don't make money straight away and think it's not working.
Yeah.
Like we've made 10 grand back in the business, but it's all just gone back straight into it.
Yeah.
We haven't made a fucking penny of profit for ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's been, how long have we been doing it for? 2 years?
3
years? That's the reality of it. That's the reality
That's
of it.
including the breaks.
There's going to be so much shit that goes wrong. You're not going to make money for years, most likely, unless you have someone, like you have a mentor or like you somehow just have some sort of leverage. If you're to start from the ground up, you're going to go years without making a penny. It's just how it is.
Bro, you really do have to be like built different. Like here I've got becoming obsessed. And it's like when I'm thinking back to some of the setbacks that we faced, like when I got thousands of dollars worth of clothes shipped in and they all had like stain marks on them.
Yeah.
You have to be a different kind of human to look at that and say, okay, on to the next thing.
Hey.
Let's make some more.
First man
You know what
talks
I'm
about it
saying?
all the time. He's just like,
You have to be a different animal.
he put like hundreds of $1,000s into a business and it just fucking turned to shit. I think he got snaked by some business partner. He just put like $150,000 into developing the streaming platform. Apparently it didn't even work. All the developers just gave up on it or something.
Yeah.
It's just gone to a whole different, like, it's just gone. That's the sort of shit you got to deal with. Like, most people just, they won't be able to cope with that.
Yeah.
So that's
business is a good way of realizing that no one gives a fuck about you.
great.
It's the great way to completely obliterate your ego and realize that life doesn't care how you feel.
Yeah.
Because if you get up and you don't do the work because you feel like this or you feel like that, the market doesn't care.
You don't get a paycheck.
Exactly.
Like, at least when you rock up to a 9 to 5, you're guaranteed a pay at the end of the week. You can work for years on a business and just lose money. So funny because we're here trying to like promote business, how it's so good.
I'm not trying to promote business.
Bro,
I'm telling people how it is.
This is the realistic fucking.
And we're at the early stage.
It's the early stage, but I say we've overcome most of the bullshit because most of it is just
It's all
learning.
It's all at the start.
It's all the start. It's just
Trial and
learning
error.
lessons. It's like a test from God. It's like
You really need to understand, like, never give up. Like, no,
Never give up.
never give up. Never quit, because it's like, what the fuck's that gonna do?
Yeah.
yeah. Like if you really want, like, okay, so what did you want at the start? Did you want to become financially free? Did you want to make a lot of money? Did you want to retire your mum? Okay, so that's what you want, right? So when you quit, what happened to that? Like, what happened to that whole dream you had?
Yeah.
That's
And don't get me wrong, it's
all.
always going to feel like you want to quit. How many times have I felt like, fuck this? Like, is this really worth it?
Yeah,
But-
like yeah.
But you will get to a point where
There's no
you've
other,
gone too far. There's
and
no
there's
no turning back.
There's no other option either. Like you get to a point where you realize you're like, well, it's this, or I'm slaving away till what's it, 67?
Yeah, it's like people are scared to fail. It's like you've already failed.
You've failed.
Yeah.
You've failed. I'm sorry, bro. Like
Worst comes worst, you're back to where you started.
this is what I don't get about people. It's like, what happens when your business? Yeah, like what happens when your business fails? Okay, you go get a factory job, go back to where you started. The fuck, like, unless you're in a big corporate position or something and whatever. I don't have experience in that, but like, if you're just working a job, minimum wage, whatever, you're just paying rent. That's like minimum, right? You can always do that. You can always go back to doing that. So just fucking take risks and try. Like,
Yeah. I really find I like it when people say, "Do you realize how long it takes? Like, what if you're still doing this in 10 years?"
Oh.
It's like that's normal. Look at every single business ever,
Yeah.
and like Nike. How long did that take to even like go off?
Bro.
Years.
Oh, well, it takes years to start a business and become successful. How long does it take to retire? 50 years?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It takes 50 years of fucking slaving away every week.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a common mindset among successful people, and it's that they can't stand normality, which is where I heavily resonate with that, is that I can't fucking do it. And I don't know how some people do. Yeah. I don't know how some people rock up to the same job every day, or they just, they move around jobs, but they're employed their whole life. And I've got no hate towards these people. I think if you enjoy that, I wish I was them. I wish I was them. You know what I'm saying?
I wish I could enjoy that.
I can't fucking stand it.
I think it comes from a state of like acceptance though.
Yeah.
Like it gets to a point where you've accepted that's your reality. But I've never got to that. I've never accepted that was it. That employment was just my life. I never accepted it, and I think that's why I always still wanted to get out. But a lot of people just say, "Oh, well, that's it." Like,
that must be reality.
Yeah, this must be it.
Like what I really can't relate with is working for someone purely not because of an ego thing, purely just because it's not my own thing. Like I have all of the other workers are like, "Oh, like stressing, oh, we must be doing this, we must." I'm like, it's like why? It's like we're doing this for a guy that's paying you shit money and he's bringing home like millions a year.
Dude, it's almost like
I can't think. I'm like, I don't want to do this for this guy who's paying me minimum wage. Like, what? I don't want to do that.
It's almost like low self-esteem.
It is.
It's like they don't value
they think
themselves.
That's the best they are. It's like, come on.
People just set themselves. Also, I always talk about this, but belief limits. Like people they don't believe that they can do it. Like if someone like, let's say, who's an average person that's been very successful?
Joe.
Let's look at like people, just anyone like Joe Rogan, or look at like someone like Connor Sinan, or someone like, I know plenty of people that have gotten millions of dollars. They're not smart. They just put in the work.
No, you don't have to be smart.
No. It's as simple as that, bro. Like, a lot of people say to me, and I'm the most ungifted person, even with just my physique. Like, this isn't even related to business. People are like, bro, I don't know how the fuck you've done that. I don't think you're in really good shape. How the fuck you're so lucky? Like, it just required work. It just required work. Or like, even with the business, like people are like, how do you do all this shit? How do you do all the fucking clothing? Like it blows their minds.
Because you were watching TV and I was stuck on my computer getting zero sleep designing
exactly
shit.
Like you came home from work after a fucking 12-hour day and just kept working. Every weekend I see people partying. I see people just having the fucking time of their lives, and I'm sat there editing videos, or I'm sat there scripting, or I'm working on something. Like that is the reason why the shit I'm doing you can't comprehend most of the time.
Yep. This is an interesting comment. I think Gen Alpha are fortunate in terms of internet opportunity. What 100%. Do we think about this?
Yeah, I think they are, but I also feel kind of bad because they don't, like a lot of them can't even experience, like they don't experience true reality first. So they're just stuck in this internet loophole. And like, I can see you there saying like SaaS. And I think the only reason you're saying that is because that's a huge thing right now. I'm just hearing SaaS, SMAA, dropshipping. It's just certain business models and they become buzzwords in the community. It's like, this is the one to do. And I think it's kind of like bullshit.
Is it just one of those?
Dude, I see when they
has to be easy and
I see when they pop up. All it is when actual business people understand that creating a new opportunity is what works, and then they create this new opportunity. Yeah, and then sell a course about how to do that thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's how they make the money, not through SaaS.
Yeah.
But in regards to the question, are they fortunate in terms of the opportunity? I actually got this belief that throughout the period of 100 years, everyone's had the same opportunity because everyone's been dealt with the same cards. Do you know what I'm saying?
It is easier. Dude.
Like, let's say now it's easier to be successful online, but there's the same amount of money going around.
Yeah.
Like when you think back in the day, it might have been easier because there was less competition and you could just start a physical business.
Plus, it also depends where you are, really.
Yeah.
Like, in Australia, I'd argue the opportunities used to be better. You used to be able to just work, just a full-time job and have a very nice life. Mm-hmm. You work a normal job now, you need 2 incomes to afford a house.
Yep.
It's actually harder now than it used to be. But also then you have the internet opportunity, which does make becoming wealthy like a lot easier.
But on the other hand, in Australia, how much of a demand is there for, tradespeople or physical work like pressure washing or this kind of thing.
Fucking
Because there's so many people on the internet, now there's a massive opportunity in that world.
It just shifts around.
It shifts around. There's always money going around. It's just where do you want to place yourself in that market? That's one thing.
Making money on the internet is going to get, like, a lot of people say it's going to get easier. I think it's just going to get exponentially harder.
Yeah, because
everyone's trying to do it. And now Justin Waller actually said this, like, being a plumber is going to be the new best thing. Like, the opportunity, like being.
I agree.
Like you said, when you were bricklaying and you left, the only guys that were still there were old people. Mm-hmm. Were just guys that got their fucking bricklaying tickets when they were kids.
Same with fencing. I was the youngest guy by like 20 years.
Yeah, it's just all the tradesmen are getting old, and soon the industries are going to be like, damn, we need to start paying our people better and making the workplaces better, or we're going to have no one to fucking lay the bricks and build the houses.
It's true.
Yeah.
So I think
really,
I think that's going to go up. I'm still never doing that
20
shit.
Years,
I don't care how
you. Be a big gap in like maybe not like a chippy. I see there's still heaps of
chippies are like they're good, pretty young workforce.
And concreters.
Yeah,
there's fucking heaps of concreters.
Because there's good money in like concrete is good money for young people.
Electricians, plumbers, and chippies I think will be alright. But the little things like bricklaying and fencing, it's like I don't hear anyone becoming a new fencer.
Dude, that's gonna get replaced by robots anyway. Eventually.
Fencing, I don't think will be.
How?
That seems like the most replicable thing.
I can just picture like a robot grabbing it, stumping ground, and then doing it like.
No, I don't know. I just can't really see it. No, like mesh fencing I can see, but I don't give a fuck about this anyway.
Yeah.
There are some bits in it that I can't see being replaced by robots.
I think there'll still be somewhat people needed to do those, but I think the incentives are going to get better, and like they're already getting better. Like with your apprenticeship, there were a million different incentives that they try to give you.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, I think they're eventually going to need more people to start doing that shit.
This is a lot of old people used to say, "Oh, no young person wants to work these days, as they're all soft as."
Why would you?
There is some truth into that, but like, why? Like this guy said, massive.
We're soft, but we won't do it.
Massive internet. No, we aren't. But they used to say it to me, like, you're different. Like you're not like these other kids. These other kids won't do it. They last a week and then they quit.
That is pretty true though.
Which is
there
true.
are a lot of soft fucking cunts these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
And that's why I think like doing a hard trade like that at the start, bro, it's OP. It is. If you do a really hard trade at the start, it's going to make this internet shit seem like a piece of piss.
Anything.
It's going to make everything seem like a piece of piss.
That's the biggest divider I see with people these days, which is an underrated thing, is like...
Have you worked a hard trade?
Have you had a hard upbringing, like a physically hard upbringing and a mentally hard upbringing, one that like brings you to your knees? Because like you said, it will make this shit seem like a piece of piss. I've got to edit for 5 hours. What a blessing.
Have you like really heard a UFC fighter have a completely blessed upbringing?
No,
most of their lives were pretty fucked, and still are up until the point that they really start becoming champions and making good money. They make 10 and 10. They make 20 grand a fight.
Yep.
They're struggling all the way up until they win a title. They have hard fucking life. You heard like Sean Strickland's upbringing was fucked. That's why he says
that's why he's the champion.
He spars 15 rounds. He trains 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Normal people that have a good upbringing just wouldn't be able to do that. Like they don't see. Like, that's not... It's too hard for them.
They don't have that dog in them.
They don't have that dog in them. Some people, they go through mental turmoil and then they become even more lazy. They become even more complacent. They sit in their rooms and whatever. For me, that's a massive driver.
Yeah.
When I realize, I'm stuck or fuck this, like, I'm losing money or this and that, I'm working harder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that pushes me, bro.
Really looking at my bank account. Not go up anymore that we have to, like, now that we're older, we have to start paying for more shit.
It's not even that, bro. Like, just the prices in Australia are fucking skyrocketing at the
moment.
moment.
Yeah, but, like, our, wages aren't going up.
They're not going up, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's driving me even more to just get this business fucking off the ground, just become really free.
Yeah. Just looking at old people driving piece of shit cars and still working really makes me want to because it's like, fuck that. Fuck being an old lady and still having to drive a shit box and working.
And work, It's actually sad, bro.
Bro, the saddest thing is there's this old lady that works down at the shops and she just looks like she's always working and she just looks so sad. I feel like I'm like...
Slow dope.
There's got to be like a man to provide for like women like that.
I know there are some women who don't like retirement. Like I know women who've gone into retirement.
Some women choose that life.
They just like working. I do.
But she's always fucking working. I'm like, that looks horrible. Makes me depressed. Honestly, I'm like, what the fuck? I don't want my mum. I don't want my work. I don't want my mum working like that when she's that old.
Same, yeah.
I want my mum to be retired soon.
I don't want to be working like that.
I don't. Fuck no, cunt. Fuck no. Not waiting till 67 to retire.
No.
Like that shit.
I think a defining trait for all males, because women in turmoil would be complacent.
Yeah.
Oh, you think that's a defining trait for all males?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Just like mental resilience.
I think I think guys need to fucking man up.
Yeah.
He's like, you're fucking up like everything. Like when guys don't put in the work, they're fucking everything up.
And they'll still complain about women.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, bro, you're not putting in enough work to even like make the polarity.
Dude, it's a massive. It fucking pisses me off. Like these guys will complain about, oh, OnlyFans chicks this, or these chicks want this. They only want someone who, like, and they're complaining about these women and what they want. Who are you? You've done nothing.
You're not even providing for them.
Of course, a girl doesn't want you.
Yeah.
You're a fucking shell of a man. You don't even hit the gym. You don't even take care of yourself. Look at you. You're skinny fat.
Like, sit in the
You
woman's
drink
shoes.
every weekend.
Yeah.
You smoke. You don't even have a good car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Put yourself in the woman's shoes. Oh yeah, I'll be with this bum in trade for I won't make millions on OnlyFans.
yeah.
If I was a chick, I'm doing the OnlyFans rather than being with this fucking skinny
Facts.
fat loser.
Yeah.
You don't even have to be majorly successful. You just have to work for something. You have to have a goal and you work for it.
Yeah.
Like they
Just
like,
be a
they
fucking
like that you
man.
hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
course.
just like be a man that can actually make a good life for this woman.
Oh,
They want
dude.
support.
Another thing I've really been thinking about recently. These guys will complain about their girlfriends will do this or do that, and they treat them with disrespect. And I've come to the conclusion that there are no, for the most part, no good or bad women, but it's who you are.
Because they're a direct
So
reflection.
have you seen girls will treat one man a completely different way to
100%.
another man?
Yeah, 100%.
It's because of who they are.
Yeah.
If you're a dominant guy, if you're on your shit, you're on your purpose, and you live life as a guy, she'll live life as a girl, and she'll naturally fall into that role.
Yeah.
But if you're a bitch,
You get walked over.
you just get walked over, bro.
Yeah, 100%. Because they're a direct reflection of who you are.
I've seen that happen.
I see it all the time.
Yeah, it's just a direct reflection of who you are.
All right. So when you're on the come up, everyone will shit on you.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about tall poppy syndrome in Australia.
Oh, bro. So it's a common thing with Australia, England, and Ireland. And what do we think that is, boys? Drinking, pubs, alcohol.
Pubs.
Yeah. That's pretty much, I've heard it a million different times. People from Ireland, England, and Australia especially, they have this huge tall poppy syndrome, which is just people will cut you down for trying anything.
Because it's not going out and drinking.
Yeah, because you're not going out and having fun with them. So they're just getting pissed off.
Unless
What do you think the
it's a
true...
business about drinking. The only time
Yeah.
I've seen people get encouraged. I remember at school, these footy kids released these beanies that were called like Get Thirsty or some
Yeah.
shit. It was something to do with drinking. And everyone was like, that's sick, oh my god. Like fully like hyping them up for it.
Yeah.
They sold shitloads of them.
Bro, dude, they were on a gold mine. I don't know why they didn't keep fucking doing that, bro.
Because they're drinking. What
Of course, of course. And not only that, like, they had a community. Like, they could have made so much money. I don't know
Yeah.
why they didn't just put the gas on that.
Yeah.
bro, that was like, they niched down. It's almost like they had the fucking... But yeah, they just stopped. I'm like, damn.
Drinking, man.
Yeah,
That's
you-
what drinking does. Partying.
Yeah, that's crazy. Make the brand about drinking, but drinking stops you from making the drinking brand.
It's like, it's fucking... Don't do anything drinking. You just shit.
Yeah. Yeah. But, we're talking about our tall poppy syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, just ignore haters, really. Like,
Bro,
just
everyone's
say-
going to hate. You do well, you do shit.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to hate. Even when you, like, prove them wrong, they're still going to hate. It will make you feel like shit, probably, at the start. It'll make
But
you feel like...
you'll adapt to
They'll
it.
convince you that you are a piece of shit and your brand's terrible and what you're doing is gay, and but you just have to look past
Like-
that
like
somehow.
what
You have
do
to
we-
find something within that.
Yeah,
you know.
like even on this podcast, like just the comment sections and shit, like it's so fucking retarded. Like people are just like, what someone said is like 3 drop kicks, and I think we're just talking about
yeah,
like,
I was just laughing.
just something normal like going to the gym or something. It sounds like 3 fucking drop kicks in a room. I'm like, what the fuck's like,
Drop kick.
What's wrong with people?
yeah, or like cunts will just hate just for the sake of hating. People don't
The
understand.
worst thing about hate,
Stand out like the
Yeah.
whole puppy thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
But the thing about hate is, and this is the part of the internet I don't like, and I know why some influencers do this. They'll have like certain comments filtered out, like they'll have the hate comments filtered out, because you notice when you release a video, and I've noticed this happen,
Yeah.
one person will hate, and someone else will see it. Oh, this guy's hating. I can jump in. I can hate
because
too.
it's the sheep mindset.
It's a sheep mindset, and then if you get 2 hate comments in a row, and everyone will just start hating, agreeing with them and shit, but the reverse can be applied. when you build a positive movement and people start positively reacting to it, then it becomes a positive movement.
Yeah.
So you almost do have to like weed the annoying haters out of the way.
Because you'll never find a. Have you noticed? You'll never find a balanced comment section, where it's just like there's some hate and there's some good. Like it's one or the other. Because it's the sheep mindset.
Can you read that comment, Will?
I can't see it.
It's because when you're liberated, it's a paradigm breaker for the average person. Yeah, pretty much. Like if they're working a shit life, imagine them seeing you're really succeeding. Like, that's gonna piss you off.
Yeah.
It's gonna piss you off. Like,
And I also heard, like, when you first start your own thing, you're technically below them. Because, like, they're making money working for someone. We're not making
this is
literally
true.
anything. It's just an idea at this point. So we're technically below them.
it's like I almost don't blame them sometimes. Like,
Yeah. But no, I don't. For hating. Whenever I hear someone doing that, I think
Yeah.
that's a good thing. Doing something different, doing something they actually want to do.
Yeah.
Even if they're not making
Yeah.
heaps of money, at least they're doing something that isn't going out drinking.
But people don't understand that, right?
Yeah.
People can't. People, if they hate their own life, like, you know,
But
you
that's
should
why,
hate yours.
Yeah, but you really shouldn't be listening like to these haters. Just like if you're really taking offense from from them, just look back, just have a look at their life, and you're like, that guy's really gonna put me down. Like he's going nowhere. He's not anything. He's a nobody. Am I really gonna let that guy stop me?
Yeah,
like,
like if
just think about that.
If someone's making comments about your life and they're not where you want to be, why the fuck would you listen to them?
Yeah, but if someone who is where you want to be says, I don't think that's a good idea, maybe listen to
That's
them.
when you're actually.
But if someone's nowhere near where you even want to be, like, gives a fuck.
Same thing applies for taking advice from people who aren't where you want to be.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Like you said there, like if someone above you is hating, like that doesn't happen. You never, ever see that.
They're not gonna hate on you. They're just gonna probably help
Mate,
you out.
yeah,
with some
exactly.
flaws,
Give
but-
you some constructive criticism. Like no one below you is going to try to do that. They're just going to fucking hate just for the sake of hating.
Yeah.
I think people, I mean, I guess you just develop thick skin along the way. Like I can't really give anyone advice for like when the hate comes. Just like it's going to affect you at first, but you just got to get used to it. Like I have people even just telling me like, bro, you got hella hate on your shit. Like how are you not?
It's like, I didn't notice, bro.
I'm like, I didn't even read the comments. Like some people read the comments on my shit more than I do.
Yeah.
Dude, some people get more, like my mates will get more angry, start replying to these comments and comments and stuff, and I'm like, bro, don't worry about it.
Exactly.
These guys are losers, don't worry about it.
And then you like sometimes you think and you're like, wait, why are people hating? Am I seriously doing something wrong here? Like, do I have like a bad take on this or that? But like you got to realize, every video gets shit on. Every person gets hate. Like no matter what you do, because you got to think like, okay, I said this and I got hate for it. If I said the opposite, would I get hate for it?
Yeah.
Most likely, yes. Because like people believe different things. There's no right and wrong, really.
Yeah. And also, people are more likely to comment something bad than good because if you agree with it, you're like, yeah, I agree with it. If you hate it, it's like, fuck this guy, I'm going to write something about it.
Exactly. And also, like, negative emotions are way stronger than positive emotions. Like, if someone gives you $5, it's like, oh, yeah, cool. But if you lose $5, you're a little bit more fucking pissed off about it.
Yep.
That emotion's a bit stronger.
I think the internet as a whole is becoming very, like, more and more nihilistic as well. Like, bro, some of these YouTube comments and
It's
some
more
of the
Instagram
as
I don't know
well.
what the fuck's wrong with that?
It's a fucking disaster, bro.
People don't understand that people have their own opinions.
Yeah.
Like I really don't understand that. So people think they're born. To
I don't know, bro.
think the
I
same way.
I can't even post a normal video without someone calling me a fuckhead or something.
Yeah,
Or,
literally, bro.
or a bitch. And I'm like, bro, fight me. Let's do it. Run it up. Let's get
There's
the
lots of
boxing
old
match going.
guys, though. Like, I've started posting my reels on Facebook.
Old guys as well. Because
Old guys do it a lot.
And these guys, bro, like, they'll never say it to me in person.
No.
Yeah, they're probably
It's
sitting
never.
on the couch with a bottle.
It's one thing I hate. I've always hated my whole life is fake tough guys. And I've gotten into a lot of trouble dealing with these fake tough guys.
Stop it, bro.
But I've never once had hate in person.
No.
Never once.
Even Andrew Tate says
Not
that.
once.
Not once has Andrew Tate got a hater, like, come up to him in person.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
thousands online.
Yeah.
Where are they though?
Well, they're not fucking kickboxers, are they? They're fucking shitting them.
Exactly.
They're not going to go in.
Even if he wasn't a kickboxer, Andrew Tate. Even if he wasn't, I do not think someone's gonna come up and just start going like,
Of course not.
"Fuck no, they wouldn't."
The internet has an
what the
invisible
internet's for,
shield.
yeah.
Anyway, with haters out of the way, let's talk about some of the do's and don'ts. Okay, no, sorry. Let's talk about this first. Focus on the progress, not the outcome.
Bro, that's massive. Because if
Yeah.
you focus on the outcome, then you're just thinking of the money. And people will see straight through that. As much as you think they won't, they can tell you're just trying to take money from them rather than trying to give you value first.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just need to focus. Like, what I like to focus on is making the work I'm doing more efficient.
Yeah.
Rather than just like chasing this end goal. Like you said, it's like chasing butterflies.
Yeah. And also, at the end of your day, don't focus on like what the outcome was, but focus on how much input you gave to that task.
Yeah.
Like, don't judge your successful day on did that work or didn't that work. That's going to fuck up your mental health. What you should do is, did I get up and did I do what I need to do?
Exactly.
You know, because that's consistent. You can consistently get up and do what you need to do, but you can't consistently get good results. It's not how business works.
Exactly. And if you want the output of what you're doing, well, we know input equals output, so just more input.
Yeah.
Just input.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stop focusing on the output, and just stop overthinking shit, and just do the work that's required to make progress.
Yeah. Like, there's almost nothing, like, there's almost no case where when you start, you know, your clothing brand or your product, that it's going to be good at the start.
No.
Almost every time it's going to be shit.
I'd be looking to
Deal with
fail.
it.
I'd be looking to fail as quick as possible. I'd be looking to just
Yeah, get that shit out of the way.
get out of the way, bro. Just
It's gonna happen.
just try shit. Like, yes, you have some direction, learn some things, and like, but no matter what you look, there's so much divisive fucking opinions and shit out there. No matter what you look at or what you learn, you're never gonna know exactly what's correct and what's not when you're starting out. You just have to learn. You have to do it, fuck up, and then learn.
You can read about it and research all you want, but you're not going to actually learn until you actually do it.
A lot of people get paralysis analysis.
A lot of people say to try selling stuff or make a product, and then you have your fails, and then research it, because you can actually you know what you're reading about.
Yeah.
Because they say if you're reading about all this shit, there's going to be so much stuff in between. You have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, bro.
And there's also a thing called what is it called? Like productive procrastination, where people will they'll watch YouTube videos or
Paralysis
read books.
analysis.
Paralysis analysis. That's massive. Yeah, they just start freaking out. It's almost like the more books and information you receive, the worse it is for you, because you're less likely to even take action, because it just overwhelms you. And there's all this stuff, and a lot of people do that even just with the gym. Like, they learn all these different fucking.
Bro, the
things,
gym's not complicated.
And they overthink it, and they're like, oh, this whole gym thing's overcomplicated. I'm not even gonna fucking bother. But if you just go in there and just start testing out some machines and lifting some weights, you'll get a decent pump, and you'll probably make some progress.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying don't learn. I'm just saying you're better off learning it yourself.
Oh, bro, if you fuck up real bad, you'll never do it again.
Exactly.
So what are the do's and don'ts of business? If we'll just jot down a few.
Do's and don'ts.
Some just specific do's and don'ts.
Well, don't quit would be the biggest one, right at the top of that fucking tree. Just don't quit. Because if you quit, then all of this just fucking out the window. It's gone. You've just wasted your time.
That's a determining factor.
It really is. No matter what you do, you put in the time, you're going to learn, you're going to succeed.
Dude, that's the only reason.
It's literally just
that's
not
the only
quitting.
reason people succeed is... yeah, because they don't stop.
Bro, the worst fucking saying that I hear everyone say is 99% of businesses fail.
Oh, that's the dumbest
Well, 99% of people quit. That's why.
Yeah.
You know what I found out? Most of those businesses that fail or quit, whatever the fuck you want to say, actually stop because they overfilled it, if you know what I mean. Instead of actually losing money, they put too much money into it.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I've heard. So if anything, it's yeah.
Never attach yourself to an idea too much. That's another thing that I forgot to speak on before, is never attach yourself to this one idea, because it might not work. Yeah. The idea might be shit. And if your whole business is around that idea and it doesn't work, well,
that is when you need to know when to move on.
Yeah.
Because you can be attached, you want to be attached to this thing, but as soon as you find out it's no good, just stop. No point, keep going.
Yeah.
Or really look into what the problem is.
Well, what I did is I got attached to this youth market brand, the streetwear brand, that wasn't working. I was releasing this shit that people were buying it, but it wasn't working. So I had to, I was like, I have to remove my ego, really sit on the drawing board and think of a niche that I'm into that people will want. And as soon as I did that, I started getting way better results when you remove your ego from it.
You just not making generalized shit.
Not make generalized shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you see in your own brain, you've got this, especially me as a creative guy, you see this whole world of
It gets
butterflies and rainbows, and it's like, this could be $1 billion brand or whatever.
You start thinking about
Dial it back,
everything.
brother. Dial it back.
The private jets, the yachts. Oh my
Yeah,
god!
bro.
If I do this, then I can create this huge thing, and then it's eventually gonna be my whole empire. I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. Make a product first.
Make a product people want.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Take it day by day. Of course it is. Of course it is.
But people start to overcomplicate something they haven't even started, and I'm like, bruv, learn how to just make a product and sell it first. Yeah.
But then someone else if it doesn't work,
start something else. If
don't jump back to your 9 to 5.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, people say like jumping from your 9 to 5. Like, just do your 9 to. A 9 to 5 is 9 to 5. That's 8 hours. You have 16 hours of the day.
Yeah, facts.
Like, I get you've got driving or whatever, but that's only half your fucking day. People think they can't do anything else.
Yeah.
Like, you do gym as well on top of all of that.
Yeah.
Dude, people need to reset their effort levels or something.
Yeah, they think
what I mean?
that like their 9 to 5 is it. They're like, oh well, that's my job.
They will set themselves at a certain point and say, I'm not working any harder than that. Bro, don't limit
You
yourself.
do realize like you can work all day. You don't need to sit there and watch Netflix. Like
It's not a real thing.
Like when people are like, "Oh, I've done so much today. I went to work today." It's like you shouldn't count work because that's like everyone does that. That is a must-needed thing. You shouldn't be counting that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I've said on multiple podcasts, I built Youth Market off the back of working fucking 11-hour days, catching the bus home at 6, waking up at 4, and I still squeezed in an hour, 2 hours to do it. Like I wouldn't suggest that people go and do that because I was fucking depressed and sleep deprived and like wanted to die every day. But like I did it.
As much as you like don't want to mention the whole like not sleeping or whatever, and like that's not good for you. You listen to almost every success story on business. There was sacrifices people had to make.
100%.
There was like staying up late, waking up early, just having a shit life for a bit to just get the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're living like if you're putting mediocre effort and you're not an outlier, then you're not going to become an outlier. Because like if you're just doing mediocre things, you're going to become mediocre, obviously.
Yeah.
Because you're just doing what everyone else is fucking doing.
Dude, are people calling you fucking crazy? Like are people saying, how do you do that? Because if they're not telling you that, then you know you're probably not doing what you need to be doing.
Exactly.
Are you an average person? Well, you're not going to get you're going to get average results.
And like, and what do they say? Like the definition of, I think it's like psychopath is just doing the same thing but expecting different results.
Yeah.
Like people will put in the effort that everyone else is putting in, and then expect to just magically do better than everyone else.
Yeah.
Like you an idiot.
I don't think people even expect that, to be honest. I think they expect mediocrity. They're just trying to accept it, I think.
Yeah. But you just need to put in the work that like if people put in, Kobe said this is the Kobe mentality. Like if everyone else is working at this rate,
well then
if I work at this rate, I'm gonna fucking obviously be where they are. If you gotta put in the extra mile, and you're actually gonna get there. Like people think that these hyper successful dudes are lucky or that they did something correct and now their life is amazing. Like bro, it's all baseline. They just put in a ridiculous amount of work. Elon Musk sleeps on the factory floor most nights.
Yep.
It's not as glorious as most people think. Especially during the come up. You gotta make sacrifices. I think you should have a healthy expectation to make money going it. But you need to make it bigger.
It eventually becomes a snowball effect. That's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah.
Dude, once you get past like that 5K a month or 10K, once you actually start making consistent money from your brand, you can scale it. You can scale it. That's literally what I did with my TikTok course, for instance. Started off small, and then I started running ads for it, and then I started picking up. Then I got banned.
Back to square one.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm pretty blessed that I got banned, though, because that made me realize like I want to focus on my brand.
Yeah, focus on youth market. 100%. Yeah. You definitely have a healthy expectation. Yeah, that's massive. It's a good point. Like, a lot of people think they're going to get rich fucking in a year or in 2 years.
Yeah.
And,
Like, can happen.
It can happen. Yeah, sure, there's outliers.
But
And like people gotta realize, like, so they see like all these success stories on the internet, and they hear about 16-year-old kid millionaire, fucking Bitcoin, blah blah blah. So you realize how big the internet is. There's billions of people on the internet. Of course, there's going to be 1 or 2 or 3 success stories of people doing that. Actually, think of the odds.
And the ones people are actually gonna make articles about are gonna be the ones that just go like get rich really quick. They're not gonna make one about a guy who just did the same shit every day for 10 years.
Yeah.
Like,
because it doesn't sell.
yeah, it doesn't sell.
You know, this is where kids get confused and they think they can just start an SMA or SaaS business. And I see them all the time. I get, how many DMs do you get? Like, hey, bro, let me start. You know, I could be your marketer. I see.
Yeah.
They'll copy, bro. I've had copy paste messages from like different people, but they must have copied it from some like mastermind or something. They found it from the perfect ad script that works for everyone.
Yeah.
I'm not sold.
Like I was talking
Fuck.
That's like exactly what I was talking about before. You're doing the same thing as everyone else.
Yeah.
Not gonna work, bro. But it's just learning lessons. Like at the start, obviously, like everyone's gonna go through that shit and they're gonna realize that doesn't work. And they gotta actually start thinking outside the box, actually providing value to people. Like, if you're not providing value, you're not gonna get value back.
Right. What were some of the biggest mistakes What were the biggest mistakes you made in business?
I'd say number one was just jumping ship too quickly. Just doing different things, spreading myself too thin. Like I did so many different shit. Like I did fucking... I've still got a pre-workout thing that's like half done. I was getting together the labels, to the ingredient list. I was trying to find manufacturers. Like it's on the table right here,
boys.
It's right there. I still want to do that in the future, but like it got to a point where I was working on it and I'm like, I don't even have time to do it. Like it's just, I'm spreading myself too thin. I need to just fucking get rid of my ego, realize that I can't do all these different things. So I've just put that on the sideline for now. But even like back in the day, like I tried streaming, like tried fucking doing freelancing.
Yeah.
And we're also going to do that, like that pressure washing business. That was making money. It was making good money.
Yep.
But we just stopped doing it because we were spreading ourselves too thin. Like, we'd be better off just going back into a 9 to 5, having minimal responsibilities and having more time to work on what we truly want to do.
Which was what? A plan, which I feel like we didn't have before.
No.
A lot of people don't sit down and like really jot down, get a fucking whiteboard, jot down what your plan is, because it's an elaborate mission to get fucking rich, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of factors. So you need to sit down and figure out the fucking strategy, the plan, and then you need to stick to it. Which you've got on lock now, but I think a lot of people, like they jump ship or they get distracted. It's like an attention span thing almost.
It is. It 100% is. It's like an attention span thing.
Dude, that's the biggest thing actually.
Oh, yeah.
If you haven't even noticed, like,
I probably should have mentioned that at the
dude,
start.
if you're fucking like scrolling all day, like, you're gonna start a business.
Oh, fuck off.
Or, sorry, maintain a business.
Yeah, if you got a phone addiction, if you got a TikTok addiction,
how are you gonna learn copywriting?
It's quite literally
fucked.
It's quite literally over, bro. It's over. It's done.
Which thins out the competition.
Oh, bro, makes it easier for us.
For me, it was focusing on my interests instead of the consumer market and what actually sells. Yeah, you need to focus on your interests for sure.
It's a balance of both.
It's a balance of both, yeah.
Like, just think of what you're interested in and in your niche, and then think, what does your niche want?
Yeah.
What do they truly want?
Yeah.
If the way I like to imagine it is, if someone else released this product, would I want to go and buy it? Would I actually really feel? And if you do this as well, like when you buy something, you hyper-analyze. You're like,
why did I buy that? Yeah.
Why did I buy that so I can implement the same strategies? It's a massive.
Dude, when you start looking, Andrew Tate mentions this a lot, and I hate quoting Andrew Tate, but when you are truly business-minded and you've been in the game for a while, you start seeing like the world from a different place.
Exactly.
The whole world is a business. The whole world is a market. The market's everywhere. Every time you go into a grocery store, they're upselling you at the cash registers. You get all these chocolate. Why do you think they place the chocolate bars at eye level at the self-serve checkout? Like that. And you fall for it. You're like, fuck, I fell for an upsell. Let's include upselling in a youth market. And upselling works in youth market. Let it like...
Yeah, it's literally in your peripheral vision. Like...
Why do they put all the branded stuff at eye level at a supermarket?
Yeah.
And all the cheap stuff below?
Yeah, all the home brand, like actual healthy shit right at the bottom. There's also... Bro, I tell you how I know I'm truly locked in. When I stop having like dreams and shit about my social life and I start having dreams about business.
Yeah.
And I start having dreams about shit I can implement like the next day.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like that'll keep me up at night. Like I'll just be thinking of just ideas and things for the business.
Yeah.
Like what used to keep me up at night back in the day was like, oh, what is this fucking like think of me like where do I fit in this social situation?
Oh, bro, yeah.
All that bullshit that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
That's like what most people are thinking about, right? Like, oh, Saturday night was crazy. I'm with this chick. Do you reckon maybe I should message this chick? Or yeah, like, or next week, what am I doing? Like, I better get these tickets. Like, just shit like that, eh?
How are you gonna make money?
Exactly.
How are you gonna get fucking rich? As cringe as that sounds, how the fuck are you gonna do it? Do you want to work the same shit job for the rest of your fucking life?
Yeah.
Do you?
It's so funny. Like, I have the nerdiest thought process, bro. Like, that's what keeps me up at night. Like, just like, ooh, maybe I should do this video about this or that. Upsell Riz. But I've seen you use Riz a couple times now. I think you might have TikTok brain, bro.
That's real brain.
Yeah, actually, that's like Instagram real brain more, isn't it? All right, so I'm going to ban the word Riz from this channel. We got to say charisma. If you want to say it, you got to say charisma.
Yeah.
Spelled correctly.
All right. More mistakes that we've made.
I'm really early into it, so...
Yeah.
The only thing
Just wait, buddy.
I know what your biggest mistake was at the start.
Well, the one that I've noticed was is I didn't look at the product when I got the sample enough, especially with the wax, because like, it's good, like it's really good, but I reckon it could have been better. Like I wish I asked for better wax, and also the spelling mistake, but
Yeah. That's a very like, that's a very specific like business within the business.
Those ones like business headaches.
Yeah, business
I
headaches.
guess so.
I think your biggest mistake coming into this was thinking that you like couldn't do it or something.
Yeah, I guess so.
Or you like, even though you might not thought of it, I could see it that you had like belief limits, like certain things that you just thought you couldn't do.
Definitely, I don't anymore.
Yeah,
You
you just need to beat. You need to beat them out of you.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't
See, everyone's capable.
Who was it that said that like? It might have been, was it Jeff Bezos or was it Bill Gates or something that said like, you've won once you've realized that everyone else that's hyper successful is no smarter than
Is
you.
the exact same. Yeah.
Yeah.
That might sound like bullshit, but it's true.
It's true.
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
It's true. Like as humans, like we're not. Yes, we're diverse, but in terms of like our intelligence, it's not a crazy gap. Like you can learn.
No, it's not. It's not.
You can learn.
The only real gap,
Unless you're fully retarded.
is like the actual working hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'd say my dad would be the smartest guy I've ever met, and he's not like Jeff Bezos. Like I've heard him say more intelligent shit than most fucking politicians, fucking hyper successful millionaires, billionaires. You know what I mean?
That's not the formula to success.
No,
it's the formula to
intelligence
being a geek for sure.
Yeah, 100%. I'd say it's almost a curse sometimes being hyper intelligent because you start overthinking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's massive as well. Like sometimes I wish I like, maybe not, but like in certain situations I was dumbed down a bit so I could take more risks and not over analyze and overthink shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, intelligence definitely is a limiting factor.
Yeah. I
Dumb
think
people don't think about the bad shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, literally.
Like,
Yeah.
like when you're intelligent,
You need
as
a
much
bit-
as
you
you
need a
think
bit
about
of
the good
dumbness.
shit and like you think of good ideas, you overthink and then think of the
When you're
bad
dumb,
shit.
you're just like, ah.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll do this. Like, which is somewhat like it's good.
Like you would not believe like the amount of successful people that have like all of this like ADHD type shit and like all of that stuff that they put a name on, but there's heaps of them and they're just successful as fuck because it just really doesn't matter.
It's like the same goes for women. They say the dudes that are most successful women are just dumb cunts because they just don't think about it. They just don't think about it. They just go up and just go, hey, go on, like fucking. They don't care. But like dudes will be like hopping us like they'll be like, oh, you know, but I gotta like. But I might be just maxing, and then maybe I'm
the
not
eye contact's wrong.
Yeah, eye contact's wrong. Just like they'll just overthink it so much. I mean, I do this too, because like I'm a fucking into autistic intelligence.
I'd say the biggest mistake I made in general was just giving a fuck too much about like just everything.
Exactly.
Like just giving, like placing too much importance on like how my life my life plays out, I guess.
It's like we didn't realize we were 18, 19 years old. Like literally nothing matters at that age.
Yeah, but I'm like talking about general, like giving a fuck about what this person thinks or what I might look like in this scenario or what I say in this certain scenario or what's happening here or what's going on here.
It's small town syndrome, bro.
It's
a fucking curse. Like it's a blessing and a curse being brought up in a small town. Because if you're from the city, like you'll notice they're way more ambitious because they don't have these small social circles that talk amongst themselves. Way more open-minded. It's small town syndrome. You got to get over it. You got to realize like the big picture. Like holy fuck! Wait, in 20 years, none of these people I'm thinking about now are going to matter to me. They're not going to be involved in my life, so why would I care?
Yeah, it's shit like that. Seeing the bigger picture and understanding that like what is in your existence right now and what's happening around you right now isn't your life.
No,
that's what's happening around
you. And
you.
if you don't want it to be your life, why would you care?
Exactly.
Anyway, right?
Yeah.
That's what I have to get over as well. That's what I have to get over massively. Some more mistakes. What do you say? It's more just like the little things, isn't it? That you just
dude, thousands of little.
Like it really
little tiny
depends
mistakes.
on what you're doing, but like it'll happen. You'll make mistakes and you'll learn. That's why I just say to get started and don't quit.
Some people really want. I've had in-depth conversations to people who want something different, who want they want literally an average life. Like they'll tell you that they say, no, I literally just want to be set up, which is how the male brain works, right? The male brain works in a way where you want to be as safe, as comfortable and secure as possible.
Yeah.
And women want a man that wants, to be safe, comfortable and secure as anything, right? But I just work in a different way. But there's a lot of people that just really all they want is security, right? They want the wife, the house, the mortgage, the car, the kids.
Me and you are not those people.
That's it.
Me and you fucking have never ever been like that. Never.
Bro.
Even from like when we were little kids, we just even as a little kid, I just saw this whole 9 to 5 thing. I'm like, this can't be right. Like, this can't be fucking it. Surely not. Like, is this how I'm gonna end up?
I'm
like,
having conversations with people. I'll be like, so you've done this for 20 years straight, your whole life, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that.
and like, you know, when the teacher goes around, like, what do you want to be when you're older? And everyone else is saying like, doctor, engineer, firefighter. I'm like, I just want to fucking just make shit. I didn't want to be involved in that whole fucking thing. Like being assigned to a certain position.
What helped with that mentality a lot was just having a twin brother. Because
100%.
if you're by yourself, man,
I feel bad though.
or just having a brother in general, because if you're by yourself, it's like you don't really have anyone to like I'd come to you like, bro, did you see that? I don't agree with that. Or like I'd be like, you see that guy working, like slaving away? I don't want to do that. And we could like work through it. But if you're just by yourself, you have to like search for other people to talk to.
It'd be harder to know like what's right, what's wrong.
Like if the whole world hated us or thought we were weird, it wouldn't really matter because we could just we would build something, you know, do something.
That's the good thing about having a twin brother. Like the whole world could hate us, but like we've got each other. It doesn't matter.
We're a team. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. That's what Andrew Tate and Tristan say all the time. Like as long they've just got each other, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. But what if you're by yourself, like you're
that's
an
why I feel
child or
bad
something?
for by themselves. Yeah.
Like you had a brother, Hayden.
We're completely different.
Yeah.
It's not a twin brother.
like unless you're twins.
He sits and scrolls and says, what? Like when I say get off your ass, he goes, do what? Like that's my brother. He's
Dude,
getting better. He's getting better.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, if you can work together as a team, it's the most OP shit in the world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I've tried.
I know.
He just like if we disagree with like one thing, he cracks in doesn't bother.
That's estrogen, bro.
But
But like, that's the one thing where I can relate to Andrew and Tristan Tate. It's like, dude, I hate that they have to be the people that I relate to the most.
Yeah, no, but I'm watching them, I can't help it. Yeah.
Because it's annoying, like when people compare me to them. And
Because it's like the public perception is just annoying.
Yeah.
Like if you like, because people that really know Andrew and Tristan Tate, really listen to their story, really know what they're about. They know they're legit. Like, yes, they've done some shady shit in the past, but like,
you do the fucking same.
Everyone's done shady shit in the past, bro.
Okay, this is I want to talk about this though. I was listening to this podcast and they were trying to paint Andrew and Tristan Tate in the worst way possible because they started a cam girl business, right? But you're telling me any guy, right, is just morally better, and in that situation, right, where they have like heaps of girls around, they have a crazy opportunity, they thought of this idea that's guaranteed to make them millions, get them out of their shitty situation where they're literally like eating leftover KFC from bins.
Yeah.
You're telling me, oh no, I'm just too good, I'm too morally correct, I would never do that. Bullshit. Anyone would.
Bro,
I fucking would.
It's fucking oath, cunt. Like, bro, people like...
These girls were getting paid shitloads as well.
Yeah, no one.
The argument they make is like, oh, they feel bad for the guys that are sending them money. But it's like, okay, you go to an alcohol shop, but you're not going to give him alcohol because he's an alcoholic? No, you let them buy the alcohol because it's their fucking problem. Exactly. Right?
Exactly. Like, we're men, right? We're responsible for ourselves. I understand if he's like scamming women or kids.
Yeah.
Well, he's not even scamming them. They're willingly fucking...
He's not scamming them.
I guess he was a con artist, whatever.
Their money's worth.
Well, they weren't, but... It's
what they had their own choice. It's not like not like it lied about what he
if anything,
what was selling.
If anything, it was a really expensive learning lesson for these men. Yeah. Right? You got conned. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
But
he hasn't had that business for how long now? He said he hasn't even had.
Bro. He's got a better moral compass than 99% of guys. That's what I understand. Like they've scanned his whole life and found like a couple of things. Like most guys have done the most fucked up shit.
Yeah.
This is why I also hate people that just hate on like fighters and like boxers. Like this guy's soft, he tapped early or whatever, blah blah blah. But you step in the cage.
Yeah.
Like you step in the cage.
How many sparring sessions have you done, bro?
Exactly. Exactly. There's just shit cunts in this world. You gotta learn.
Yeah.
Like.
But back to the main point I was saying was that like Tristan and Andrew Tate's story, I can like Tristan and Andrew Tate's story, I can just fucking relate to the most.
Scarily close.
Scarily close. The upbringing, the father figure, everything, literally everything.
Literally, it's just weirdly similar.
Same time frame as well.
Exactly.
Like around 20, they started 19, 20, they started like boxing and stuff, doing a shit job. We're doing that. We're that age. Then they started their business, trying to grow their businesses.
It's fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
Wait, does that mean we're gonna end up in like a prison?
Yeah, maybe we're gonna end up in jail. Anyway, let's wrap it up there. Any more talk? Cope of the day.
Week or whatever.
Cope of the week. What have I done? What did I do? Oh, I'd say so. Okay, so yesterday I went on a run. Oh yeah, I really wanted to go on a run, but also I should have just kept scripting a video. But I would have rather run, so I ran. But I really should have just scripted the video.
The only
terrible for you.
I can think of is not really in my control. It's that whole like the manufacturers that I'm using to get my products are having a holiday that goes for a month, so I can't do anything for a month. But I mean, that's not really in my control.
Yeah, he has 200,000 people in his Discord paying a monthly fee of $50. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't like $50 a month is nothing though. And you go to education, you go to university, you get into debt massively, and you learn fuck all. You don't learn anything about anything legit.
Yeah.
Okay, you learn. Okay, so there's some courses. Okay, you can be a doctor, blah blah blah. But for the most part, most people that get degrees go fucking nowhere.
I've also heard the biggest thing you get from college or university is this massive ego that you have a degree in something, and then you go into the real world and you're like, oh, this is really it does not colorate.
But you pay thousands, like people say, like he's scamming people with the Hustlers University or whatever. Like, it's $50 a month, and what is it called? Just like normal, like drop shipping or. But people will shit on Andrew Tate for having this $50 a month course. People charge thousands for the same information in their fucking courses.
Yeah.
It's just the market.
Also,
bro.
if you had the opportunity, I'd ask these guys, if you have the opportunity to make 200, okay, what's the math there?
$10 million a month.
Bet just $10 million a month. You have the opportunity because you've created such a good personal brand. You have the opportunity to make $10 million a month. You're going to do it because it's morally wrong for you. Are you gonna,
I wouldn't even say it's morally wrong.
Not morally wrong. But because it's
providing
like,
value.
Yeah.
Like
It would be getting terrible reviews. Like if it was bad.
it gets good reviews. Like it's you provide value, you sell it. Like people, how is that a scam? A scam is when you don't provide value. People pay you.
Andrew Tate is big.
Yeah, it's a big buzzword, but
I don't know. Anyway, my cope of the week was I watched a movie last night.
yeah.
But I don't think there's not a cope. Like there's not like a because of whatever. Like I watched the movie because I was exhausted. I was burnt out. But I wasn't. That's
Wait,
why.
is that
Because you're with your girlfriend.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, because I was with my girlfriend. So, but I think we'll wrap it up there. If you boys enjoyed the episode, smash the like button. Hit the subscribe button.
Shout out D Subs for staying the whole.
Shout out
fucking
D
way.
Stubbs for staying the whole way. We're trying to grow this podcast. We're trying to squeeze it into our schedule and really ramp it up. There's a lot of work to be done with the cameras, the cords, the room, our vocab, the microphones. Equipment, guests, everything. There's so much work to do, but appreciate everyone for sticking around so far. We're trying to provide as much value as possible, and I enjoy sitting here and speaking to you every
And
week.
it'll be so cool if we can just really continue to do this, even just for like years, and just see the progress.
Yeah.
Like, you know how sick that would be? Like, there's a weekly episode of just
every year.
boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom.
Us chat.
All the way from us from when we were 19 to hyper successful. There's a weekly
I mean,
episode.
this is episode 30. I think we could probably go back to episode 1 and cringe and be like, damn.
Exactly. So
I
imagine.
If we do this for like another 10 years, or no, like another 5 years, and we look back at what we
That's what I'm
did
saying.
back then.
How crazy would it be?
Like our perspective, like our
I even know I'm gonna look back at this and probably just cringe. Like, oh,
Yeah.
bro, what was I saying?
we were little kids with nothing.
Yeah.
What are we to say? Like, I
Yeah.
reckon we're gonna say that shit.
But it's cool. It's cool. Alright.
Alright,
Happy
boys.
episode 30.
Happy New Year's, by the way, guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode. And I'll
Happy New
catch
Year's was
yous-
fucking ages ago.
Yeah, I know, but I forgot to say it. All right, boys. Catch